Okay, sir, ready. Okay.
దయచేసి అందరు కూర్చోండి. ఇప్పుడు కేక్ కటింగ్ తర్వాత అదర్ సింహ గారు మరి యొక్క అనుభూతిని మనందరితో పంచుకుంటారు. డాక్టర్ ఆకాంక్ష సిన్హా గారు, అక్షయ్ గారు కోరుతున్నాను. డాక్టర్ మేడం ఎక్కడున్నారో తొందరగా రావాలి.
And then I'll eat the rest. No, you eat a bite, I'll take the rest.
అందరికీ నమస్కారం. ఇంకా ఏం మాట్లాడాలి, ఏం చెప్పాలి నాకు కూడా అర్థం అవ్వట్లేదు. స్టిల్ ఐ ట్రై టు ఫినిష్ ఇట్ ఆఫ్ యాజ్ ఫాస్ట్ యాజ్ పాసిబుల్, బట్ ఇట్ ఈస్ గెటింగ్ లేట్. Already got late. 35 years of journey as in government service, as she has already shown. So ఇంకా దాని గురించి చెప్పాల్సిన పని లేదు. సో అకాడమీ నుంచి రైల్వే స్టాఫ్ కాలేజ్లో మొదలైంది 15 February 1988, and incidentally she was born on 14 February after a couple of years. So journey started from official journey from 15 February 1988 has successfully ended peacefully and honorably. These are the three words I kept praying to God. Please grant me a successful, peaceful and honorable retirement. Because I was in GAD for 4.5 years almost, and I have seen many things which I can't share now, and but I know how things happen. So therefore I am very grateful to God for having given me having given me this opportunity to serve and then to end this service on a note of happiness, pride, success, and all the good things that we have seen in the last 2.5 hours, 3 hours. And I have no regrets. I have no about the professional part of my journey. Wherever I have worked, I have been happy. I have done my best. I have also gone through the downs, as somebody was saying, I think she was saying ups and downs. I was waiting for posting also for long periods in between. So right from my joining days, when I was just new to the state, I want to just share that experience. So
Sorry, madam.
So I'll only tell one because I think they were not shared. So when I was coming from Mussoorie after 1990, floods had taken place in Andhra Pradesh. I was posted as Assistant Collector Rajamandri, first posting. And when I landed there at the railway station, then normally the state is very, very hospitable, very correct in receiving visitors, guests, I found it, my wife was there with me. I found at the railway station that there was nobody to receive, which was very surprising. చాలా ఆశ్చర్యమైంది, ఎట్లా మరి ఇక్కడ అందరికీ మెసేజ్ ఇచ్చాము, కలెక్టర్ వాళ్ళకి కూడా గవర్నమెంట్ ఆర్డర్ వచ్చింది, ఏ డేట్కి రిపోర్ట్ చేయాలి దాంట్లో కూడా ఉంది, ఆగస్ట్, సమ్ డేట్ ఇన్ ఆగస్ట్. సో ఎనీవే, ఫార్చునేట్లీ దేర్ వాజ్ ఎ టాక్సీ దేర్, అంబాసిడర్ కార్. ఆ రోజులో టాక్సీ అంటే మనకు జేబు నుంచి ఇవ్వాలంటే చాలా కష్టం, అయినా కూడా ధైర్యం చేసేసి వాళ్ళని పిలిపించి, అరే బాబు ఇక్కడ పోవాలంటే కూడా తెలియదు. సో सब कलेक्टर ऑफिस को चलो, हिंदी तेलुगु नहीं आता था, तो anyway he understood because taxi drivers and all they have. So anyway he took me there, and there I found that there was no response. So anyway, thankfully to them they took me to this paper mill guest house, and we stayed there, and I was kept waiting for posting for many days because of some things happening there. And finally, of course, I got posted there, joined there, and then I was also moved out within 1.5 months. And I moved to Paderu, and it was a good place because she was born there in Vizag. Vizag at that time had the best medical facilities next to Hyderabad. So it was a God-given benefit that we moved to Paderu, and there was that pressure of work was not there in Paderu, which was there in Rajamundry. Rajamundry, I think Joshi Sahab used to say, I think he was joint lecturer Vijayawada, Krishna. He used to say that most of the time I am washing my hands in towels and soaps and this thing because I am receiving visitors or sending visitors from the Vijayawada railway station. And next was Rajamundry railway station, because either you come to Vijayawada and hold meeting there of all the coastal districts up till Nellore, or you come to Rajamundry and hold meeting up to Srikakulam. That was the system in the good old days, more than 3 decades back. Not so compact like we have in Telangana now. So anyway, so we have started the journey like that, and today we are here, and I'm happy, as she was saying. I wanted to retire from Secretariat. That was one of my wishes, and I'm thankful to Honorable Chief Minister, who has been conveyed this request, and he has kindly given me the chance to come back to Secretariat. And one night on 28th January, suddenly I got a call from the Chief Secretary saying that so and so thing has happened, and so next day you are supposed to join. I said next day means slightly give 1 or 2 days time. No, you have to join tomorrow. These things. I had no choice, but Vani Prasad was my successor, so she said that no sir, you have to come PPTRI and guide me, tell me. I said, well, this is not possible, I have to go to Secretariat. I will sign, you sign, I will sign wherever you want me to sign. So, and then I was delayed by 1 hour because that day I consulted my priest. So he told me, sir, आप 12 बजे के बाद निकलिए. I said, and those of you who are in the department know why this second time I was being very cautious. So ठीक है भाई 12 बजे. In the meantime again call came. अरे आप अभी तक ज्वाइन नहीं किए सर, क्या हुआ? बोले जा रहे भाई जरा लेट हो गया, जानते हैं हैदराबाद में लेट. So anyway I finally rushed, but after 12 only. So today that is why I am safely retiring. Kalyan is all smiling because he knows the background of all this. So I'm really happy to have retired, and I'm thankful to the government, the Honorable Chief Minister and Chief Secretary for having given me this chance to come back to Secretariat and serve in the department, which I had served for 13 days earlier, and then come back and serve here, and then also be, which I never thought of, in charge MD of Telangana Dairy. So after 13 years, I was doing the same work which I had done 13 years back. The only thing which has changed is that Masudan was saying I used to use that pink pen. I have changed it now to blue pen. I don't use pink anymore. So I don't know why I changed, but somehow I changed it in between. So otherwise I find the dairy also what it was in 2009, and I find and the only thing is I hope you have brought those ghee pouches.
Yes.
Bachara, bachinda, is bachara. Okay. So I have been able to complete one wish of mine, which I couldn't complete when I was earlier in MD, to have ghee in small 10 ml and 20 ml pouches, which have become very common now. Apudu it was very uncommon. So I told Devendra and I think Kiran is there, and then other people that ఇది వేరే చేసినా చేయకపోయినా ఇది కంపల్సరీగా చేయాలి, ఎందుకంటే అప్పుడు at that time we had got that machine from Hyderabad. Praveen was there, RSM New Delhi, and it was a unique machine. It came, and then I again got transferred, and then my successors didn't take interest, and that machine has now become, I think, outdated. So they were Devendra engineer and GM MPF and GM marketing. They all got the machine in a short time, and it doesn't cost much now. It's hardly few lakhs, and it's so easy to do it. And I was able to we get it done. And today the Honorable Minister, I'm very happy, has launched it at his camp office, and I am thankful that the Honorable Minister has taken the time from his busy schedule today to launch this product. And also I'm also happy for one more reason in dairy, that I was able to see the other day on Sunday, I think, Vijaya push cart selling ice cream on Necklace Road, which was again one of my pending dreams of 2009 onwards. And which thanks to Honorable Minister and OSD Mr. Kalyan and the team of Vijaya Dairy and the ice cream franchisee Mr. Deepak. They have all somehow got of push and pull and other things we have done in between, and but finally it has happened, and we all are happy that it is finally on the road. And so these are some of the small things which I am happy that we could do it back when I am here in dairy. And I am also happy that I was able to interact with the university, because when I had come here for the earlier instinct, that was one of my agenda, start this convergence between the university and the line departments. And I am happy that we could start it this year, and in some way, and I am sure that it goes forward. And the other day also in the board meeting we have made certain suggestions, and I was able to visit the university after a long gap because of my illness. I couldn't move out much in between. As she was saying, in March you have seen the photos. I was in Innings hospital for a couple of days for some surgery, and by grace of God I've come back, and I'm thankful to the doctors who operated, Dr. Rahul Devraj, who is out of station today, otherwise he would have been here, for operating and successfully treating the cause of my disease that I had. And to Dr. Barlaj, of course, he has gone, I think, too late, who has guided me in that journey. I hope he had his dinner. Yes. Good. So after coming to all this, I just want to thank God. I already thanked. So after God, I think parents, and she has shown the photos of both my father and mother. And my father was a police officer. He died when he was 49, and I was 18 years old. I had just completed my intermediate, and my mother has taken care after that. My brother was already employed. He is also in the service. He was in Bihar Cadre, 78 batch, 10 years senior to me. And we all stayed together. And for 2 years we were like nowhere. Because you can understand a police officer's family which enjoys so many privileges and facilities suddenly is literally on the roads. And for 2 years we were not there, and I just wanted to share that the whole turnaround started with a haircut. So you have seen my photos, but she doesn't have that photo. My wife has it.
I wasn't allowed to use it.
Okay. Where my hair was like till here, and my beard was still here, like my attender. Because it was that period when things were difficult. We were not financially having problem, but a lot of other social, emotional adjustment, other issues. So, and the day I started my haircut, I got my haircut, and I came back. There was an elder brother of mine, cousin. Yeah, just keep it. His name was Bachu Bhaiya. So my mother asked, "ये कौन है भाई? किसको ले आया हो?" I was shocked. So then he told the other. She was then shocked. What has happened? So after, from that day onwards, I started at 82. I started. My father died in 79 November, middle of 82 somewhere, and from that day I started doing, as she was saying, studies. I was not thinking of IAS and all these things at that time. Studies, and Bihar's education system was very bad at that time. I don't know what now because I'm 20 years away. So exams were not held and all sorts of problems. So I decided to go to Delhi, which was a very radical decision because my mother also financially had to bear this thing, but she bore it. And I still remember she used to send me 300 rupees by money order every month. So 300 rupees was sufficient for 30 days, including bus travel, food and staying and all these things. So how she managed 300 rupees, she only knows. But thanks to that I completed my post-graduation and came back to Patna. As she was saying, did my UGC fellowship. Writing these exams right from bank, PO, LIC, this, that, so many exams, multiple type questions, this thing. I never went to a coaching institute. And I did not cross any of those things. So some of my friends used to got employed, so my mother and other family members, they raised तो कुछ नौकरी नहीं मिल रहा है, क्या कर रहा है. So finally I got into the railway as the first attempt, and then I was there for 6 months, and then I got into this IAS, and after that, of course, I got Andhra Cadre, and then the whole journey already has been shown. So why I narrated this was to thank my parents. My father had passed away, but he has left behind such a big legacy of words, thoughts, deeds, actions. I have seen my father as a child, and my ambition was to become an police officer. But I am thankful that my father must have blessed me not to become a police officer, because he died also of the pressures of the police department. And I got into this IAS, and I am here where I am today. And I must thank my parents, my father and my mother, for having given me this thing. My brother, Shri Adhar Sinha, who is now retired in Patna, for having been with us all these times. My sister Jayashri, who is married and whose son she showed in the picture, that late Ankur Srivastava, who died in some accident 10 years back. Praveen was there at that time. And then, so all these have happened, and of course my wife, my children, and all this journey starting from Baroda to Mumbai to Raipur to Bilaspur, Mussoorie, all the treks in Himalayas, where she was showing if you cross the gorge and if you one foot slipped and you are gone. There is no negotiation. You have to do that training. That is the test of the IAS training. So we were able to do all that and come back and be of service to the society. And today I am proud that my indication have got covered as being a good human being. So anyway, that is how life is. So my parents, my brother, my family, my wife, my children who have been with me all these 34 years. She has been there with me from 30th June 1988 and we will be completing 34 years this 30th June. And my children who have been there and all these things. And of course the only thing I noted here when the people were speaking about my smile, my wife keeps complaining that you never smile. But she will now at least stop complaining, or I will still have the complaint from. My children also complain, my daughter also. Maybe, I don't know why I smile in office and I don't smile at home. I have to do some imagination on that. And I'll briefly touch on this department, this whole department, not about dairy, because dairy is just one part of it. But we are basically dealing, all of us are dealing with two basic products, milk and meat. Look very opposite. But basically you are handling milk or meat. It could be fish meat, it could be prawn, it could be sheep, goat, buffalo, and other types of meat also are there. And of course poultry and eggs. And as he was saying, I noted that 30 lakh families are dependent on it. It's a huge number. And for them that small carton of fish or one goat which they slaughter and sell in the market, or a few liters of milk which they are able to get from their cow or buffalo and sell it to the dairy, is all that they have for that day or for that period, whatever that helps them. I think meat and fish will help them longer, but milk is day to day. So this department is doing a great service of providing livelihood. The name is livestock, and livestock is providing livelihood. And a lot of skills are there. Recently I heard that now in the villages you don't have people who can milk the cows. You are getting people from Bihar and UP and Orissa. It's something which you need to think about. Why can't our education system have? Because there are unemployed people who can be used in the villages. Then the university also needs to ponder over it, ask the students to go around and find out what's happening, why people are not doing it, and various other things. I mean, I can go on speaking, but now it's too late. So I think the department must, that is why I said integrated view has to be taken. Fish looks slightly different, but fish, ultimately I was able to understand, is also meat. I used to think why fish and animal and dairy is interrelated. Animal gives meat or milk. Fish ka kya hai? Now I understood fish is also meat. So basically we are producing, like a farmer produces paddy, meat, oil, sunflower, this thing, that thing. Today I met the agriculture commissioner and talking about it. Similarly, this farmer, the small farmer, livestock farmer will be producing milk or meat or eggs, which are all byproducts. How do you handle it? How do you bring it about together? How do you do it in the villages? Lot of issues are there, lot of things are there, lot of programs are being done by Government of India, Government of Telangana, sheep distribution, milk cattle, this, that, and all. All the benefits have to go to the people ultimately. Animals are only the means. Animals are not the end. Sometimes the departments get confused. इतना animal आ गया सर, आ गया तो ठीक है भाई, इसको आगे क्या होगा? What do you do with the animals? Either you get milk or meat. So I think I would request the university to perhaps think more of it, and OSD is also here. We will convey it to the Honourable Minister and maybe bring about this integrated convergence, because Telangana is doing everything, so many innovative programs, so many new things, T hub, B hub, sheep team, this team, that thing. I mean, I'm just saying it because we are actually seeing it happening. SRTP, flyover के ऊपर flyover, happening in Telangana. Metro. So it can also be done. We don't need to import labor from other states. Not that I'm against it. My home state is benefiting in a way. So I should be more than happy. Most of the real estate buildings are constructed by Biharis, and this is also done by Biharis. So, but then that is not good for the local economy. Even for these people who come from there, because they undergo a lot of hardship for that money which they get. So anyway, that is the one thought with which I thought I leave the department, and I don't have anything more to say. I am very happy to be part of this department. Already I have told, and I am thankful to the government. And I wish, and my whatever services are available, I will be here in Hyderabad for some time at least, and for free consultation with anyone who wants. Zonal system and nightmare, had I known that this was there, I would have perhaps had happy sleep at home and then left you to have the nightmare. I didn't know that. My staff didn't tell me. I was unnecessarily getting tensed up because I was part of the GAD earlier, so I knew how these things happen. But I'm happy that a lot of people have been benefited, and even now today I think these sections, both fisheries and animal husbandry, have moved from files for the spouse transfers and other things, and I'm sure that in due course they will all get the right, the justice that they deserve. So I'm happy to have been part of this system, because this PO system was under the guidance of Honourable CM was started when I was there as GAD Principal Secretary, and we were able to produce the final PO which won the approval of the Government of India in 2018. So I'm happy that I was able to contribute to it in the department. And then some of the people who have come here to especially wish me and greet me on this occasion, Dr. Balaraju, Ani Kumar, Mr. Anil, Dr. Ramesh, whom I just sent a message and he responded, so kind of you, so thankful to you. Mr. Anil, who has just returned from Bhopal after spending 1 year almost. And then friends of Akansha, friends of Akshaj, and their parents, some of them parents also have come from both their sides. And then the temple people who have come there, which I visit here every day, which was started incidentally. I was not going to temple so frequently as now I am going. But in the lockdown when I had full time, and I was also having no work, so at that time I was doing a lot of walking. So there is a temple in Kundanbal which all of us visit. Morning walkers has shown. So I started going there. Then once I started going there, then started happening. Then when I got into EPTRI garden has a lot of flowers. So every day I would bring a basket of flowers and hand it over to the Pujari. And that is how it. And so when I came to this department, I started giving them curd and milk from dairy. From tomorrow, God will look at some other agency to get curd and milk supply. So I'm happy that I was able to be a part of that, and that Balakrishna and that team had come, and I'm happy that they had come. And Mr. Bhairav, who is a chartered accountant, who has been handling my whatever small income tax only of salary that I have to pay, but still I have a lot of issues coming up because of my poor accounting habits. So he sorts it out at the end of the day. And Mr. Mohan Rao, who is a consultant, he worked with me when I started in Water Board MD, and he has got very good experience in handling labor issues, labor-related service matters. And I have requested the daily people that you can use his services, of course, for a fees. And I'm sure that whatever his services are will be used. And I don't know whether I missed anybody. And all of you and my staff who have been there for the last 4.5 months, and during my admission in Innings and other medical problems that I was facing at that time, they have been so helpful, spending odd hours, day and night, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and almost like a family member. I can never forget whatever they have done. Kiran and Satish and Ali handling the office by himself, and the other people who were there, Sayyad and Vidya, her, Ali, drivers, British, Kumar, and Sajid of late, after I also, the chairman of Cadre, post also fell vacant. And I don't know, I mean, Solomon is there, I'm seeing. Ramakrishna is also there. On Gopal, short fellow, I think he passed away when I was in military. So all these memories come back. So great to be here and end on this happy note. And I hope my wife will of course say that you have spoken no more. But I think I had to share all this, and whatever I have left unsaid or unspoken is there in my heart, and my heart will always be grateful to all of you who have been with me in my journey, this professional journey, in this personal journey. I think Venkateshwar Rao also I have forgotten, not because he is a dairy supplier, but because he has been coming even when I was not in dairy and meeting me for this thing. And I'm happy that I was able to help him when he was severe COVID. And his son rang me up one day. Sitting, I was just had lunch and I was taking rest in EPTRI. And then I saw his number. I picked it up. So then he said, "Sir, I am son of Venkateshwar Rao." Srinivas Rao, sorry. Venkateshwar is the agency name. Okay, both okay kara. So interchangeable. So he is in a very bad shape. He is in Guntur, some hospital, and he has to be shifted to Hyderabad. And if he is not shifted tonight, doctors have told him this thing. Then EPTRI, is far off, and then not in touch with the officers and COVID management. So I could think of only one person who could help me, and that was Mr. Sajanar, CP Hyderabad. So I immediately rang him up. And I told him, "Ye position hai, you have to do something or the other." And I told him, his son also, that if you go for a flight, it will take more time. You have to go to airport, again waiting time, again landing here at Shamshabad, again traveling. So it will be much more. You better take a good ambulance and start. And his son started, And here the CP also started working. And they wanted, I think, AIG hospital he wanted, AIG or something. Finally they could get to Yashoda Samajiguda. And after some days, I saw the number of, again, Srinivas Rao coming. So I was slightly worried. Some not very good news is there. And then I found him on the line. I was so happy that he has recovered and he is very much in Yashoda hospital, and he was thankful. And after that only your son's marriage or?
Oh, son's marriage.
After that. So you have been listening. So I think this thing is there. And there was one more person who came from Delhi.
Govinda.
Yeah. He has also been there.
My best friend, sir.
మీ బెస్ట్ ఫ్రెండ్ కానీ మాది బెస్ట్ ఫ్రెండ్ కాదు.
ఆయన కూడా హాస్పిటల్లో చాలా హెల్ప్ చేశారు.
He has also been in touch, and I am thankful that all these people are there, and very small group, but still this is how it matters. This is how life goes on, and from tomorrow it's already almost midnight, 11 p.m. I think. So I'll have all the time for myself. As she has shown the Ramayana, so I will be able to now get it published, and then you can take the book from wherever it is available. So I'm very happy to be here and share my thoughts, and take so much of your time, almost 3 hours, and you have patiently heard me. And to each one, as I said, whatever I have left unsaid or unspoken is there in my heart, and it will always beat for you wherever and whenever I am. Thank you.
Your life journey itself is a big inspiration for all of us, and every individual sitting over here. And thank you for your nice words for all of us, sir. I request Masudan to give vote of time.
Please, I keep out to be able to please my honorable minister. I was buying every time jersey or heritage when I go to temple. Now I will buy it.
Thank you, sir. ఈరోజు మన ప్రత్యేక ప్రధాన కార్యదర్శి గారైన అధర్ సిన్హా గారి యొక్క ఆత్మీయ వీడ్కోలు సమావేశాన్ని అతి తక్కువ సమయంలో మేము ఇక్కడ మీ అందరికీ మీకు మేము సన్మానం చేస్తామని చెప్పగానే మా యొక్క ఆహ్వానాన్ని మన్నించి అంగీకరించి సతీ సమేతంగా అదేవిధంగా పిల్లలతో కూడా చేసిన మన ప్రత్యేక ప్రధాన కార్యదర్శి అదేవిధంగా పెద్దలందరికీ మరియు శాఖ డైరీ అధికారులకు మరియు శ్రేయోభిలాషులకు సార్ యొక్క అభిమానులకు మరి ప్రతి ఒక్కరికి కూడా ధన్యవాదాలు తెలియజేస్తూ మరి రేపు ప్రపంచ పాల దినోత్సవం, మరి సార్ జీవితం కూడా అదే విధంగా పాలలాగా చక్కగా సాగాలని కోరుతూ ఈ కార్యక్రమాన్ని ముగిస్తున్నాను.